Women have been sitting silently on the sidelines for so long. They have buried their heads in the sand like the ostrich. Women are fasting and praying all night, jumping from one church and one prayer house to the other, carrying spiritual machine guns to shoot down enemies and principalities and powers, waiting for miracles and hoping that some of the problems that are so glaring will miraculously disappear. Women sometimes tend to forget that not everything is spiritual. Some things are man-made, and all it requires sometimes is for us to be courageous, to speak up and stand for the truth without fear. You have a right to express your thoughts within certain boundaries without hurting or disrespecting anybody. You have a voice. Find it and use it wisely. Your voice has the power to change the world. Your voice is your power. It's an instrument of influence that God gave you. Use it. Don't waste it. My name is Bosse Ojubo. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Amazing Grace with Bosse. It's 2023. Happy New Year. We made it. I don't know your plans and wishes for this glorious year. But whatever it is, resolve to be deliberate and intentional about your life. My goal on this show is to ensure that women, especially, and men too, live a fulfilling, peaceful, happy, and prosperous life on all fronts, no matter what they are dealing with. If that interests you, then you are in the right place. Keep watching and make sure to like and subscribe. I am a Nigerian woman who has evolved. I'm 57 years old and I have voyaged through different situations, good, bad, and ugly. And now I have a clear sense of who I am. I know that I don't want to settle for less than what God created me for. I know my worth and what I stand for. I'm a woman passionate and committed to living my best life no matter what. There is only one life, and now is the best time to live a meaningful and impactful life, not tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised. People are slumping and dying every day. And every time I say to myself, Bosse, one day it will be your turn for people to gather to say goodbye. So, every day is another opportunity for you to do something meaningful and impactful with your life before the natural human decline sets in. We will all eventually decline and die. The question now is, what will you be remembered for? I am grateful for many things, and one of them is the gift of my spoken voice. For about 15 years, I was told on different occasions by different doctors that I needed to do a thyroid surgery because I had what they called multinodular goiter. I refused. I was scared. I could not imagine giving anybody my throat to cut. And No thanks to Google. I read everything that I needed to read about the surgery. But somehow I felt in my spirit that while the success rate for thyroid surgery was very high, something may go wrong with mine. I could not even begin to imagine what my life will look like without my spoken voice. Well, 15 years after, in 2021, the pressure in my neck and discomforts were on an all-time high. It became inevitable for me to do this surgery. I did. And to the glory of God, it was 100% successful. I'm grateful to God that I have my voice intact. And now I'm using my spoken voice because our voices matters. Your voice is your power. Your voice is at the heart of who you are. It is the core of your being. Your voice is a tool that can be used to awaken the senses and move people to act. Your voice can bring about compassion and understanding and create an emotional attachment. I have known, honestly, since I was in my early teens, that my voice has the power to transform, to awaken, to guide, and to bring about change. But somewhere along the line, and for some reasons, I lost my voice. I relinquished the power to use my voice. I succumbed to the culture of silence, to that second-class citizen mentality, as is the case with many women in our climb. And I believed the message that society portrayed, that women should be seen and not heard. But life happens to all of us. Sometimes life will nudge you and push you, and if you are lucky, it does not consume you. Your inner voice may remind you of your worth, your value, and your purpose. And if you're lucky again, God will give you the enablement and the courage to use your voice for the good of mankind. The process of becoming and finding your voice is different for everybody. For some, it will take years and decades of patience, sit-down look, stress, tears, and maybe love. For some, it will take a major tragedy to wake them up and tap into that inner voice, to start putting their beliefs, convictions, values, and personal and vicarious experiences into spoken word. I guess it's true when they say film develops in very dark places. According to Doe Santamanta, it is only in our darkest hours that we may discover the true strength of the brilliant light within ourselves that can never ever be dimmed. If you're watching this show, this voice is for you. It's for all those people who have something to say, or even many things in their hearts that they want to say but are unable to say it, or are afraid to say it. I am committed to using this voice to inspire and to impact lives for positive outcomes. It doesn't matter that it took almost forever to awaken the voice within. God's time, they say, is the best. And according to my Esan people, ege no rianariore oe osewewe, meaning when you wake up, it's your morning. Finding my voice and using my voice is not just for me, but for mankind, and especially for women who only express themselves in closed doors, in tears, and in hushed tones. Women who will never be able to speak up out of fear or lack of courage. That's okay. Not everybody can. One thing experience and life has taught me is that it is costly and dangerous not to speak up, and not to speak up on time. Not speaking up enables and encourages evil to thrive. Not speaking up have cost many women their lives because they were afraid, ashamed, embarrassed, and feared judgment. I know that voices carry passion, enthusiasm, and can transport feelings, ideas, and anything and everything. I know that if your voice is not used, it's a huge loss to humanity. I am a woman who have evolved. I am at a stage in my life where I trust what I feel in my heart. I believe that it is of value and will help at least one human being. And if that is what I am remembered for, then I have done my small bit. You should do your small bit too. No doubt that in Africa, and especially Nigeria, it takes a certain kind of courage to find your voice and use it. It honestly takes the courage that only God gives. That courage that says in 2 Timothy 1:7, "For God had not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind." So, do not be afraid. Be fully present. Think about the things that are important to you. The things that you are genuinely passionate about. Think about your values, your convictions, and run with it. There's a kind of freedom, peace, and joy that you feel when you can use your voice for good. Madeleine Albright captured it well. She said, and I quote, "It took me a long time to find my voice, and now that I have it, I am not going to be silent." So, what is it going to be? Will you continue to bury your head in the sand like the ostrich? Or will you sit back and use your voice in your corner to condemn those who are using their voices? Or will you use your voice in your own unique way for the good of mankind? What will it be? Your voice is your power. It can be used for good and for evil, but I urge you to use it for good. Do not sit on the fence and allow evil to thrive. It will come back to haunt you. use your voice in your small corner. And that's our show for today. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.